Right now, inside your body, there are 13 tiny helpers that you cannot make enough of on your own. 13 vitamins. And if even one of them runs low, your body starts sending out signals. Cracks at the corner of your mouth, tingling in your fingers, a tiredness that sleep doesn't fix. The strange thing is, most people never realize these signals are connected. They treat each one as its own random glitch. But your body isn't glitching, it's talking. And by the end of this, you'll be able to read what it's actually saying, including one deficiency so common that studies suggest around 1 billion people worldwide don't have enough of it. Let's decode every one. Start with the fuel burner, vitamin B1, also called thiamine. Think of it as the spark plug that helps turn the food you eat into usable energy. When it runs low, your nerves and your heart feel it first. People can develop numb feet, swollen legs, and a racing heart, a condition once so common among sailors and prisoners living on polished white rice that it got its own name, beriberi. The word roughly means I can't, because the weakness got so bad people struggled to stand. Low thiamine is rarer today, but heavy drinkers and people who eat very little are still at real risk. Now here's where it gets interesting. Slide over to vitamin B3, niacin. Run low on this one and the damage shows up as the 4 Ds, a pattern doctors still teach today. Diarrhea, dermatitis, meaning rough, sunburned-looking skin, dementia, a fog rolling over the mind, and in severe cases, death. For centuries, this haunted communities that lived mostly on corn because corn locks its niacin away where your gut can't reach it. The fix was almost magical, soaking the corn in an alkaline solution, exactly the way traditional cultures made tortillas, unlocked the vitamin, and made the illness vanish. But here's the part almost nobody expects. One of the most famous deficiencies in all of history is really just a broken construction crew. That's vitamin C. Your body uses it to build collagen, the protein scaffolding that holds your skin, your gums, and your blood vessels together. Without fresh vitamin C, that scaffolding stops getting repaired, so old wounds reopen, gums swell and bleed, teeth loosen. This is scurvy, the sailor's curse, and it could set in after just a month or two at sea with no fresh fruit. The cure turned out to be almost comically simple, a couple of limes a day. One small citrus fruit, and the falling apart stopped. Let's go deeper into your blood. 2 vitamins share a job here, and when either goes missing, your body starts building oversized, clumsy red blood cells that can't carry oxygen well. The first is folate, or B9, the one your body burns through fastest when it's building new cells, which is exactly why it matters so much in early pregnancy. Research has found that enough folate around the time of conception dramatically lowers the risk of serious defects in a baby's developing spine and brain. That's why so many countries now add folic acid straight into flour and bread. The second blood builder is the one I promised you, vitamin B12, and this one has a twist. B12 is found almost entirely in animal foods, so people eating strictly plant-based can slowly drift low without knowing. But here's the strange part. A shortage can creep in over years because your liver hoards a stash that can last a long time. When it finally empties, B12 doesn't just make you tired, it attacks your nerves. People describe pins and needles in their hands and feet, trouble with balance, even memory slipping. Catch it early and much of that can improve. Wait too long and some of the nerve damage may not come all the way back, which is exactly why doctors take a low B12 seriously.
Now feel your bones, because 2 vitamins run this show together. Vitamin D is the one studies suggest around 1 billion people don't get enough of, the deficiency I mentioned at the start. Here's the wild thing about vitamin D. It barely acts like a vitamin at all. Your skin makes it from sunlight, and once activated, it works more like a hormone, unlocking the doorway that lets calcium into your bloodstream. Without enough, your body can't pull in the calcium it needs, and bones turn soft. In children, that softening bends the growing legs outward. That's rickets. In adults, it aches deep in the bones and hips. And because so many of us now live and work indoors, behind glass, this shortfall is quietly everywhere. Its partner is vitamin K, the one that decides where that calcium actually goes. K helps direct calcium into your bones, and just as importantly, helps your blood clot when you get cut. Run low, and small injuries bleed longer than they should. It's why newborns are often offered a vitamin K shot at birth, since they're born with very little of their own. 2 more, and they guard your senses. Vitamin A is the one your eyes turn into the pigment that lets you see in dim light. When it drops, the first thing to fade is your night vision. The world goes darker sooner than it should as the sun sets. Left unchecked over time, severe vitamin A deficiency is one of the leading causes of preventable blindness in children around the world. And finally, vitamin E, your cell's bodyguard, shielding their delicate outer membranes from damage. True shortage is rare, but when it happens, it tends to show up as wobbly, uncoordinated movement because your nerves rely on that protection to stay intact. So step back and look at the whole board. Notice a pattern? Every one of these signals, the tingling fingers, the bleeding gums, the soft bones, the night blindness, the fog, none of them are random. Each is your body flagging exactly which tool has gone missing from a very specific job. Thiamine for energy, niacin for spin and mind, C for scaffolding, folate and B12 for blood and nerves, D and K for your bones, A and E for your senses and cells. That's the answer to the question from the start. Your body isn't glitching at all. It's running a live inventory, and every symptom is a receipt telling you precisely what it's short on. And the genuinely hopeful part is how reversible so much of this can be, especially caught early. A month of citrus rebuilt sailors. Soaked corn erased an entire epidemic. Your body wants to repair itself. It's just waiting for the right piece to arrive. If you found yourself connecting a few dots about your own body just now, that's exactly what this channel is for. So subscribe and keep decoding how your body actually works, one system at a time. And if you want to know which of these vitamins fight each other for absorption and which ones team up, watch the video on that next, because the pairings will genuinely surprise you. One important thing before you go. This video is educational content only. It's here to explain how your body works, not to diagnose you or replace real medical care. It is not medical advice. If you're worried about a deficiency, or you're thinking about changing your diet, your supplements, or anything about your health, please talk to a doctor or a qualified medical professional first. They can test what's actually going on inside you and guide you safely from there.